Alright, welcome back for part 7 of this exciting game, and as we go forward we're going to be adding more and more interactivity. What we want to do now is when I run my game here, when I press enter, I want it to show the text right when I press enter, not where it's already playing it, because it's already playing that through, and you can see it's looping over and over, so we don't want that. So let's see what we can do about that. First off, I'm going to go to my library here and open up my background MC. Inside background MC, if I scroll down a bit, you will find that block we created, which is on the timeline. It's on that new layer we made called block. And what I want to do is give this an instance name. So just select it with your mouse, go to properties, and give it a name. We're going to call it typewriter, TYP, typewriter block with a capital B. So I capitalize the B. Make sure you pay attention to that. So typewriter block, of course no spaces, and the B is capped. So what we're going to do also is I'm going to go inside of this movie clip, and I'm going to go to the very end here and add a stop here on this frame. Now I could type the actions right on this frame, but just to be consistent and organized, we're going to create a new layer for actions only for this particular movie clip. So we'll make a new layer, and I'm going to call that new layer actions, or just AS is fine. At the very end, I'm going to insert a keyframe or a blank keyframe. It doesn't matter because the frame before it was blank. And it's going to create a blank keyframe at the bottom. Make sure that's selected and make sure you're on the correct layer. I'm going to press F9 on my keyboard to pull up my actions, and very simply I'm going to say stop. So that's stop, open, close parentheses, semicolon. Here's what that's going to do. As soon as I play my movie, press enter, it's going to go through that banded bill, and when it gets to the end, it'll stop. It won't repeat anymore, which is exactly what we want. The other thing we're going to do is add a stop to the beginning, because I want it to play at a certain point. I don't want it to start playing right away. And right now, as soon as I press enter, it could already be halfway through. In fact, if I press enter and I wait, let it come out for a little while, it fades in, and I press enter now, you see it's already, more than halfway through the text. So we're going to add a stop command to the very beginning. There's already a keyframe there. I'm just going to type in stop. Problem solved? Not quite. Now it won't play at all. And what we need to do is have some kind of condition where as soon as I press that enter key, it starts to play that movie clip. There are a lot of different approaches to this on how to resolve that little challenge. I'm choosing this particular method, but there's a lot of different ways, and that goes for this entire game. This is just one way to problem solve. So I'm going to go back to scene 1, pull up our actions for that first frame here. We're back on our main actions area, and I'm going to add right on this conditional area for the enter key. We press enter, and we're going to type in stage 01 background dot typewriter block dot go to and stop, go to and play, pardon me, open parentheses, and what I'm going to do, let me extend this window for you a little bit. I'm going to put the number 2, close parentheses, semicolon. Now we could have labeled that frame and all that stuff, but I'm just going to put the number 2. It's going to stay that way. I'll explain that later on in this lesson of when we're going to start labeling things. But for now, I'm not going to label it. I'm just going to put the number 2. What does this signify? If I go over to our library and I go inside background and this MC background, or if I go directly into the typewriter block, we can just do that. You can see that it's, oh no, you know what? We can't see what it's doing. Let's go back to MC background. And from there, I'm going to double click on the typewriter block. So you can actually see the black disappearing. Over there, we couldn't see it because the background, of course, is black. So if I go forward, you can see it's disappearing, right? Here we have a stop command. I just told it to go inside of MC background, inside of the typewriter. We gave them different instance names, of course, and go to frame 2 and play. And what it's going to do is it's going to play all the way through, and when it gets to the end here at 180, there's a stop command there, so it will stop. Let's see if it worked. Fades in. I'll wait a little bit. Press enter. Bandit Bill is appearing. The text comes in. And it stops. Perfect. So for the next video, we're going to start adding in some sound as well, so you can actually hear it, you know, that sound effect for typing. I hope you like my sound effect there. And that's it. So I'll see you on the next one.